You know, sometimes I wonder where is this world coming to? In South Korea, you can spend 4.14 for a kilogram of potato. In Puerto Rico, you can spend 3.49 for a kilogram. And in the United States, you can spend 3.07 for 1 kilogram of potato. But could somebody tell me why PlayStation fans are spending $200 for one potato? And the talk of the tongue is the Game Awards nominee. We would have seen a number of games being nominated to get Game of the Year. There's one question I have to ask the Pony production team there at the Jeff Keighley Game Awards. What is the criteria for qualifying for Game of the Year? What are the criteria? We will need to discuss that because things ain't matching. But none of this is surprising to say the least. But let's talk about it.
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So the Game of the Year nominees was announced today, and there were a number of games that, was predictable would have been nominated. But something was surprising, that one game didn't get nominated, and that was Starfield. You see, Starfield was one of the biggest releases for the year. Not only that, it was a new IP. In addition to that, it reviewed well and sold well. So everyone was anticipating Starfield to be nominated for this year's Game Awards. However, these are the games that got nominated. So there we have Alan Wake 2, and then we have Baldur's Gate, we have Welcome to Spider-Man and Friends, the Buggyverse edition. And then we have a remake, Resident Evil 4. This game would have already won a number of awards so far when it came out the first time. Then we had Super Mario Wonder, a good platformer. And then we had Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Now there's something not adding up in this selection of nominees. For one, why is a remake being nominated? That game already won all its awards when it came out back in the early 2000s. So why is this game being nominated again? Craziness. Second of all, how Spider-Man got nominated. It's very clear that Spider-Man had a lot of bugs. It was a okay game, but it was a sequel. This game was not a new game. It didn't revolutionize, the Spider-Man game. It was very safe when it comes to a Spider-Man game. And a matter of fact, it had a lot of complaints by the fans of Spider-Man for this game, playing as Mary Jane and so forth. Why is Spider-Man nominated? In addition to Spider-Man being nominated, I believe Mario Wonder should have gone on a different category. Maybe best multiplayer game, maybe best, platformer game. But why is Mario Wonder, the game what's supposed to have, heavy hitting bangers, nominated for Game of the Year? I could understand Tears of the Kingdom, I could understand Baldur's Gate, I could even understand Alan Wake. But Spider-Man, Resident Evil, and Mario Wonder, something in matching. The question is, what is the criteria for getting the nominee for Game of the Year? You see, it couldn't be that they were looking at the Metacritic scores, because they were 25 games ahead of Spider-Man. So it couldn't be that. It couldn't be that, they were just looking at the highest Metacritic, because not even Hi-Fi Rush, which was an 87 Metacritic, got nominated. Isn't that crazy? So it's very clear. No doubt this is a Pony production. This was expected that Jeff Keighley continue to, pull the rug under Microsoft's foot for any kind of nominees. But we are, as the time goes on and as these studios continue to make great games, soon it will be undeniable how these gaming media is biased against Microsoft. However, let's see how brazen they are going to take this Game Awards. Would Spider-Man win? How brave Are you, Jeff Keighley? Do it. Let Spider-Man win. Next up, let's talk about PlayStation Potato, or the PlayStation Portal as some persons know it to be. You see, there's a great awakening happening for some Sony fans because they are now realizing that PlayStation is basically milking them for everything that they have. Listen to this pony get this great awakening.
Same OLED, same OLED, right? Or whatever it's called. Bro, that has more features than the original and it's the exact same price. Sony did a console revision and it's way more. And like, bro, we can't keep accepting this. We can't keep that's the cost of doing. I don't give what that shit costs. You can't raise the price of a feature and then tell me I can't use my nigga. Well, why don't you get on your cell phone and upload it to? It don't even work half the time. It don't work 80% of the time. I've tried it, bro.
I've tried it, and after it didn't work for like a few times, I never used it again. I never even tried it.
That's what I'm saying, BG. You remember when niggas used to make fun of Nintendo? Oh, you gotta get a phone to do the voice chat and hook up this, hook up that. You got the damn to do that. Bro, every single time I render a video in Share Factory, I get an error message that says was not able to upload. And they talking about to the PlayStation app. It does not, the feature just does not work, bro. And
That's weird.
I should not have to go through hoops to share my, bro, what is these companies doing, bro?
Oh yeah, they took away HD from multiple things.
But what I'm like, how's these companies getting away with this shit, bro? And we just sit up here accepting all shit like it's never an issue. I don't get it, bro. I really don't get it, bro.
Come on, ponies, get up. Sony's robbing you guys. Now let's look at some clips of a YouTuber going through and really dissecting what the PlayStation Portal is. Let's listen carefully and see what it is he says.
Also are slightly different. So something I noticed when I went in for a preview of the PlayStation Portal was that the thumbsticks were smaller than that of your DualSense or DualSense Edge controller. And my assumption was that it would be the same thumbsticks actually as the PSVR 2 controller. Those are smaller, but it's not that either. It's somewhere in between. So the thumbsticks on the PlayStation Portal, a little bit bigger than what's on the PSVR 2 and a little bit smaller than what's on the DualSense and DualSense Edge controllers.
So right away we see the port design. Because the joystick is part of the unibody, if that joystick gets stick drift, you will need to disassemble your entire console in order to deal with that matter, which is the stick drift.
Compared to the visual quality of remote play on a phone and tablet, it's very similar. The larger screen actually, I think, works to both its benefit and detriment. It's a 1080p screen here, up to 60 frames per second. And at the best case scenario, I mean, it looks really nice, as we'll see and as we jump into a game. But any of the compression artifacts that are just a byproduct of it being compressed video are more noticeable here. And Sony says that they haven't changed any of the remote play backend system to allow for higher bandwidth connections. And in fact, with remote play on the PS5, there's no way to adjust any of those settings. It will go automatically to 1080 if it feels like the connection is strong enough. It feels like it's not. If you're only at that 5 megabits per second, it'll go down to 720. And 720 rendered here on this LCD, it's pretty chunky, it's pretty clunky. I would say it's barely playable. You really want to have this on a strongish Wi-Fi connection, not just tethered to your phone.
So you all heard what he said. Because Sony did not optimize the remote play for this particular device, what that means is that you need to be home to play this game. If you feel this is a portable console, you will be kidding yourself. If you don't have your home Wi-Fi, then it will drop to 720p, and at that frame rate, it is unplayable according to him. It will be choppy and buggy. What a stupid design. Why would Sony do that? Why would the Sony make it dependable to have your PlayStation around to play this game? Very foolish.
Now, in terms of latency, that was one of the things that we really want to compare and we're curious about on the PlayStation Portal. Sony says that this is A best case remote play scenario, because the DualSense controllers are physically hardwired to this whole system. It's essentially an Android system, let's be honest here. And so I was curious how this would compare to using remote play on my phone with a Bluetooth DualSense connection.
Now, this is the part where you all need to listen to, because Sony is saying that this is the best way to play, remote play, right? They vouch for that. It's better than your phone. It's better than, a controller with your phone. Let's see what are the findings when it is he compare, his phone and other devices with the PlayStation Portal.
Versus like a tethered USB controller, or even playing on the Steam Deck using Chiaki for Deck. And doing side-by-side comparisons on the menu, seeing how responsive these controls felt, it was nearly indistinguishable. Honestly, I couldn't tell any discernible benefits of having this being a wire connection over a wired USB controller, or even over a Bluetooth connected DualSense controller. It felt almost exactly the same. The other type of latency that is more noticeable though is screen latency. Of course, it's sending that compressed video signal over either your local network or over the cloud, then back to the PlayStation Portal, and comparing the screen response time on these remote play devices compared to the HDMI connected TV, the system and the setup that actually performed the best was the remote play app on my iPhone.
Wait. Are you telling me that Sony made a dedicated console to play remote play? They claim that it's the best remote play device, and your cell phone is doing it better than the dedicated console for remote play? You can't make this up. This thing is definitely a potato. Here we have the iPhone is running Spider-Man better than the PlayStation potato. Now, there are some gaming sites out there who are trying to convince us that the PlayStation Portable is a good console. VGC tweeted, "PlayStation Portal is an incredibly slick device that solves a problem not everyone has." And they gave that a 4 out of 5 stars. Crazy. And we all know what IGN is going to say. The PlayStation Portal is the best PlayStation 5 remote play solution available. This is crazy, and they gave it an 8 out of 10. So there are sites capping for this particular device, but there are some persons who, is saying enough is enough. This ain't it. Tom Warren tweeted, "Why does Sony PlayStation Portal exist? That's the question we are asking after testing it. The $199 device does just one thing: stream games via Wi-Fi off of the PlayStation 5. No local games, no cloud streaming, no Netflix apps. This is crazy." So he had enough. He said, people are capping for this thing is trash. And then Tom Guides said, "Hands-on, the worst PlayStation 5 accessory." Yes, there are some websites and some known persons out there who is saying this ain't it. Sony is basically robbing its consumers. You can do the same thing with your cell phone, basically. Well, let me hear what you think about everything that was said today. Some Sony fans are waking up. We are saying that it doesn't make sense with this Game Awards when it comes to the nominees. And we are saying that the PlayStation Portal is just a quick money grab and it's a potato. But let me hear what you think about all this. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.